Hey guys, and welcome to Stitch Houston. Today we'll be working on puff embroidered hat. All you'll be needing is your hat, stabilizer, and 3mm puff. Let's go.
So guys, to measure this hat, you'll need to find the height of your design. In this case, our design is 1 7/8. So what you'll need to do is divide that by 2 and then add 1/2 inch to that number. In this case, it's gonna be 1 7/16. So we'll measure that, which would be right around here. And the reason why you want to do 1/2 inch from the seam is because once you clip this hat into the machine, the brim is going to get pulled down and then the hat's going to get pulled up, and so you're going to have a lot of tension, and then that's going to cause you to have a lot of thread breaks around this area here. So we find that 1/2 inch does the job, and so your hat and design will look just about there.
All right, we're going to load this on by snapping the top 2 first and then the bottom. You're all clicked in, and trace where we marked off and give it a trace. You always want to make sure that this rim is not hitting the presser foot. Okay, I'm really not comfortable with starting the machine just holding the foam by itself. So what I do is I use Scott's 232 tape just to hold it down, at least while it gets its first stitches, and then you shouldn't have to worry about it. The thread should hold it down at that point. All right, so let's some things worth mentioning. Design placement. Your customer may want the design to be higher up or in a different location, but I'm showing you a central location that is standard and what I am mostly asked for. As far as digitizing, you want to make sure that your design is digitized for a hat, because it is digitized in a certain manner from inside out. And as far as needle, I'm not using anything special. It's just a 75/11 needle, and I'm not adjusting tension just because I'm using puff. The exact stabilizer and puff foam that I'm using will be linked down below. All right, and there you have it. This is still with puff on. I want to show you what it looks like raw, without any heat, without any trimming or anything. There you go. Look at that. That is without any cleaning up, any heat. Give me a second, I'll get the heat gun and I'll show you what it'll look like once you do that. It'll give it a much cleaner, much shinier finish. All right, for this process, all you want to do is take the foam out of the creases that are in here. And then lastly, sometimes, let's see if you can see it. Sometimes you get the foam peeking through. I'm doing white on white so you can't see. You may not be able to see through the video, but you want to tuck that back in, and you can also pull a little bit on the thread like that to cover where the foam wanted to come through. But then once everything looks nice and pushed in, you want to go ahead and use a heat gun. You don't necessarily need this one, but this is what I have for now. Also, before I do that, I want to you can just trim these off with some scissors, but I'm lazy and I'm just gonna do it with the little flame so that it can get all the threads at once. And then I remove this. You don't want to. All right, So I like to keep it like about this much. You see how clean that is? That's what I want to give the customer. And then this, I'm going to use the heat gun now. But what it's doing is it's shrinking the thread around the foam. And consequently, you get a shiny finish on the thread, which is pretty nice. I found some more foam as I was heating. And there you go. That's what it looks like up close. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave that below. If you have suggestions, I also welcome that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.